Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's Sean and RJ?
Well,
Uh-oh.
I think RJ missed a moment with you this week.
I was out there on Wednesday. I had
Really?
Listen to that voice crack. Listen to that excitement.
I had there was like a client event out there for some of the radio station clients, and I had my face pressed against the glass while you're doing your press conference. I'm not sure if you saw. I was trying to get your attention.
I did not.
I was trying to get.
We've had a few things happen, in that space that I'm kind of scared to look out of the glass. I guess sometimes is what I'm telling you. So that's funny. I'm sorry I missed you.
Nah, they wouldn't let me break in. I had the hard hitting questions for you. And
What were you
everything.
going to ask him? You got one question. If Coach called on you, what would it have been?
Where is the black coffee? That's what I want to know. Where can I get some black coffee in here? That's what I would have asked.
I'll tell you what. I mean, the best coffee is in the training room. No, they're the first. They're here the earliest, and it's always fresh. That's where I'd recommend the best black coffee at the Star.
What a professional answer and interaction right there. I think the rest of them. You've had a cell phone go off. I heard an alarm go off. Anything else? You did a mic drop moment the other day. That was very, very funny with the cell phone. So you've had some things take place.
Yeah, we've had a couple people that look like RJ sneak in and make statements. So I'm just kind of laughing at the fact that you were there and you had your face. I'm seeing that right now. I'm visualizing that. But
His face wasn't playing. He was too scared to go up there.
I was there. I didn't. It wasn't like my cheek wasn't against the window. I wasn't breathing on it. But I was right outside there.
Oh well, now you're changing the story.
Yeah.
But where's your media pass? Come on. I mean, come on in.
Honestly, I don't think you guys let me in the building. You didn't give me one this year. I don't think you guys even gave me one this year.
Ooh, what'd you do? What'd you do? You must have did something.
What media member would you trade out to get RJ in there?
That's a great question right there. I do not have a filibuster for that. I'm scrambling right now. I'm definitely scrambling.
All right,
I really like our media group. I like the interaction that we have. I think they're competitive. I like the way they work with one another. So, obviously we're winning right now. So it's obviously a smoother ride. But I think the media group in Dallas is extremely professional and competitive, and I think they do a heck of a job. So that's a big room to come into if you're coming in.
That is true. I told Bobby Belt yesterday that they should pool together money for a Clarence Hill gift because Clarence is the bulldog. This man's sleeping at the AAC to go talk to Odell. He just fires away the questions. He does not care. He does all the grunt and the dirty work, Coach. So would you support that, a Clarence Hill group gift?
Absolutely. No, Clarence is he's definitely one of the key guys in our media group. So he does a heck of a good. All those, I mean, really, they all do. You could see how hard they work, and I mean, it's just like anything. It's just like coming on the show every week. I mean, I have to tape my ankles. You guys have great questions. I mean, this is tough duty. This is harder than game planning by far.
Maybe especially this week. All right, Coach.
Easy now.
All right. I want to ask you something about last night and how crazy it was. So Baker Mayfield gets picked up on Tuesday. He goes in last night's second series. How fast? Like, what is it like getting someone caught? Is it normally impossible to get someone caught up with a number of plays or the playbook? Like, how insane was that for Baker to play quarterback after 2 days? How does that usually work with you getting a new player in?
No, I think you're right on it. I mean, I can't tell you how. I just saw the end of the game, so I guess I saw the best part, the 2-minute drive, and really actually sat and listened to the interviews and the highlights because obviously wanted to see what happened leading up to it, but. Just so happy for Baker, Mayfield. Obviously he's a Lake Travis, Cavalier that I just have always been familiar with. But I mean, just to go the road he's traveled. But I mean, there's a lot that goes into that performance. You think about his arrival and just the coaching and the interaction, and I'm sure the other quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford, they all contributed. But to go out there and do that, because it's like anything. You have 32 clubs, but every one of them has a little different, language, cadence, and that's the hardest part for the quarterback is really the easy part is probably once the ball snapped for him because now he's playing he's playing the play, he's playing the situation, and obviously did a hell of a job. But to go in there and be able to communicate and command the huddle and get the cadence, the rhythm of the cadence, and so impressed. And what a great victory for the Rams, but what a great moment for Baker Mayfield.
Is that also like especially challenging for the coach? Like he probably didn't have all of his plays at his disposal, did he? Or maybe they did have it all opened up.
Well, yeah, that's one part of it, but the biggest, most important part of play calling is the connection with the quarterback. So think about the play caller, Sean, and what Baker were able to get a comfort level on. Sean keeping him in concepts that he's comfortable with and familiar with, and that the whole process from coach, play caller to quarterback to the obviously to the execution. I don't know if that's ever happened again. I mean, it happened. To win a game, it's happened before where quarterback comes in on short notice and has to play, but to go do that on a Thursday night game, national TV, that was very impressive.
Mike McCarthy on the Diamond Factory Hotline here on Sean and RJ 105.3 The Fan. What are some of the challenges that you have noticed from the Texans tape?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just the playmakers. Every team has focal points that you have to stay on top of. I have a lot of respect for Lovie Smith. I've competed against Lovie more than I think any other head coach in this league. Going back to our coordinator days when he was in St. Louis and I was in New Orleans, and then we were in the same division back then, and then obviously Chicago and Green Bay. So the one thing I've always respected about Lovie is every defense he's ever coordinated, they all play the same. They play with high energy. They do an excellent job of taking the ball away, and that's a huge focus for us because we didn't protect it as well as we need to against Indianapolis. That part of it's going to be a challenge. They're running more of the West Coast traditional offense, which is, in my opinion, the most quarterback-friendly system out there, and it's a good system for a young quarterback. So there's definitely components that we're really focused on because in the end of the day it's the NFL, it's a noon game, and we got to make sure we go in this thing and get it done.
I know, we kind of joked about the Texans being, where they are and not having the best record. Is that a challenge in itself to keep, I hate to say keep the attention of the players during a week like this, but is there something else that goes into that?
Well, yeah, to me, it's the NFL. I mean, we have I have a video that I've been fortunate to use a number of times over the years. It's called "Don't Take the Cheese," and it's a video clip. It's pretty fun. It's funny, but I might have an animal activist group coming after me, so I'm not going to get but it's a focus, and every week you have to focus, and our players have media obligations and interactions. Probably one of the highest, and if not the highest, in professional sports. So all those things factor each and every week, but. Handling success, when you win a couple games in a row in this league, that's the enemy, and always has been. And it's something that, I believe in life and in a game of football. You have to always be conscientious of successful moments in your life because, it's hard. It's hard to win each and every week. It's hard to go to the playoffs each and every year, and it's very difficult, obviously, to win a Super Bowl. So these are all real challenges that are daily.
Coach, we appreciate you and Jerry every week. You guys have addressed all these Odell questions, but it finally feels like it's dying down. It finally feels like your locker room maybe sick and tired of the storyline. Are you getting that sense? Does it feel good that this thing finally feels like it's quieted a little bit?
Well, my opinion on what's going on in the locker room, I think it's the reality of a work week. They understand what Monday, Tuesday looks like. And those type of conversations are part of earlier in the week, but man, once Wednesday hits, we're locked into the opponent. So, this isn't nothing negative towards Odell or the situation. I just think it's the reality of what you need to do. What you need to do is focus on your opponent. That's where I see the locker room, and it's really how we operate here. We spend Wednesday and Thursday and just really grind on the Houston Texans, but now today's about how we're going to start the game and how we're going to finish the game, and it's about what we're doing, and then we'll do that again tomorrow, and in a dress rehearsal, type of format, and then it's go out and win. So I think you're just really seeing the pace of the week, or the focal points of the week, just shifting from what we were talking about in the beginning of the week with Odell.
What was your impression of him?
Oh, I thought he was excellent. Had a really, really, really good visit with him. We spent quite a bit of time together, so I think that part of it, he would be an excellent fit for us.
Can you comment on whether this thing is still alive?
I really liked him a lot. We spent a lot of time together. No, I really don't. I mean, the financial, when the ball rolls into the financial arena, there's no reason for me to comment on and I think it's healthy too, as I've learned in this business. As a head coach, you got a lot on your plate. So, the medical and the financial, the business part of it, I stay out of that.
So Jerry had said, forget about receiver. Tyron returning is the biggest thing that could happen to us. How has Tyron looked getting back out there at practice?
He looks great. I was laughing with Zach Martin yesterday, and he's telling me, Tyron wears these big elbow braces that, wow. Obviously we walked on the field, then you had that. It's like, my goodness. And, he's been working out so much, they didn't fit.
Wow.
So he had to they didn't fit like did. So my point is, he's in great shape. He looks awesome. We just got to get through the football fundamentals and get him sharp and where he feels like he's ready to go.
Coach, last 2 weeks, it took you all a little while to get going. Obviously, the Colts explosion, Giants Thanksgiving. Are you concerned at all about starting a little bit slow before relying later to get these W's?
No, I do not, because to me that's the weekly challenge. We obviously want to start fast. I mean, this game definitely has some carryover for the offense. We're going to be pretty clear on how they're going to line up, and this is going to be more about the fundamentals. Our pace of operation. The speed of play, because they're going to pressure. They're going to have line movement and things like that. So they do what they do, but they do it very quickly and play with good vision. A lot like the Colts. And then offensively, we got to handle the personnel substitutions, and this is starting to stack up like it's going to be a lot of big personnel against us, and they're focused on the running the ball and action passing game. So that's where we're really tight. And, I tell you what, the special teams unit's very good. It's a veteran group, so this is an excellent challenge for us on special teams too.
All right, Coach, we'll try to get access to the building again soon. Face pressed up there, and we'll try to show the actual media what real media looks like out there. We appreciate it.
No, now you're talking. All right.
Hard hit.
Love the confidence. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck on Sunday.
All right. Thanks, man.